Oh, we're live.
Yay!
We live. This hangout on air is now live.
Not hearing Ashna.
Arjun, your prom mask is so cute.
Did she already post it?
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
she tweeted it.
Yay.
Can't hear Ashna.
Okay.
Can't hear you, Ashna.
I can't hear you.
What's that?
Oh, sorry,
Is that right?
Ryan.
Okay. I'm getting 0 viewers. Are you guys getting 0 viewers?
getting what?
I don't think we can see the viewers.
Yeah, we can. I can't. I don't know where.
How are we supposed to tell which ones to be?
Well, we're not all. Like, none of us are viewers.
It's
I have a
loading.
question. When viewers come in, are they allowed to like speak, or are they only text?
They're only text.
Ah. Okay. Also, is there gonna be someone keeping watch of like all the questions that come in?
Oh, click on the Q&A
Yeah,
box,
that's,
and you'll see all the questions.
no, he's on mobile.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have all the questions. But, you guys should be able to see them too.
I can see them still.
Where are they?
Oh boy, 2 viewers.
really?
Who are they? Hi, viewers.
I don't know. Hi, viewers.
Hi.
Hey!
No, we can't hear you, Ashna.
Let me, I'll send the link to people.
Yeah,
Okay.
message me Q&A questions and stuff, but I cannot. Oh, I see it now.
Arjun,
See what?
have any
Yes.
questions come in?
Yeah, we have a bunch from Jennifer Dewen.
The
But,
freshman?
yeah, the freshman.
Oh, I love Jennifer.
You guys just wanna start answering those? I'm not
Okay.
sure if you can be here,
Yeah, sure.
but you can watch it
let's start off with
online.
one or two and just get into the topic.
Okay. Are you guys able to see the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's one. How should freshmen start getting ready for college?
Oh,
Ideas.
so one of the things you should do is figure out what the college requirement for taking certain courses is, and then you should figure out what the recommended is. After that, you can really start planning out your year. Now, granted, I'd say try to stick with classes that are closer to what your major is, which is why I'm taking 4 music classes right now. A little bit of regret. I don't like guitar. But you should really make sure of what you want to do for every year. And think about, well, what would the workload be? What would this be? What would that be? And will I be able to do this and whatever else I need to do, whether it be clubs or other extracurricular activities?
I think you should start college research because honestly, I regret not doing it earlier because when I was applying for colleges, I was like, okay, what does this college do? What's the difference between a private and UC, and like, what's the difference between community and UC? So I was just really confused. I recommend everyone start now, like right now.
Yeah.
I think you should also start like experimenting with a bunch of different extracurriculars. Like, for example, Jennifer is like in a lot of clubs, so I think you're doing really well. And I guess just like see what sticks with you, see what you like, and start experimenting and like just find your niche and stick with it. And then maybe you'll be able to like find out what you want to do in the future along the way.
And that's another thing. It's all right to not know what you want to do, like right at this moment. For a while, I was like, I'm gonna be a writer, and then that didn't take off. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And that's on music. Ooh, Connie, you gonna share?
Okay. Anyone else have anything in? How should freshmen start getting ready for college? I think, um, yeah, college research is a big thing. Get ready for your standardized testing. Decide whether or not you want to do ACT or SAT, and subject test, AP classes. Uh, Plan out your 4 years of high school. Make sure you like get all your credits done, whatever. So you know where you want to. If you know where you want to go, at least get those requirements in. Okay.
I oh sorry. I just one more thing I guess I would add is just don't be afraid to be vulnerable freshman year. It's okay to put yourself out there, like Emily said, and join a bunch of clubs. And not all of them are gonna stick, but once you do, like even take the chance of stepping into all those clubs, the one that or like the one thing that you do like will really push you towards what you actually want to do, and it'll help you figure out what your like purpose is or what you really like doing and what your passions are.
Okay. So that was how could freshmen start getting ready for college. Next one. Okay. How can I start prepping for the SAT or ACT as a freshman?
Oh my god.
That's a pretty good
Yikes.
Okay, who here started prepping when they were freshmen?
No. Not me.
Okay, cool. So,
Actually, I was enrolled in these like SAT classes or in freshman year, but I never took them seriously, which I kind of regret because I could have gotten a better score. But I feel like when you're a freshman, you should take it lightly because even though it's like a huge thing, you shouldn't like stress out about that so much in your freshman year. I mean, it's always good to get practice problems here and there, but as for like enrolling in classes, I feel like that's a little too extra because I wasn't really into it. I feel like once you start sophomore year or junior year is like heavily based on SAT, so I feel like sophomore year is a really good year to kind of really zone into that. Freshman year, just take it easy and start with practice problems.
Yeah.
the thing is, if you have upperclassmen friends, chances are some of them have SAT books lying around, and you can probably get them cheaper or even for free from them instead of paying like 25, 30 bucks on a book that you're going to use once.
Mhm.
That being said, I don't know where mine went. Oh wait, here's one. I have Up Your Score, the underground guide to the SAT.
Also,
You said I
Sorry.
opened it.
gosh, no.
No, go Vanessa.
Okay, so if you can afford it, then you can go ahead and get the tutor. But if you really can't afford it, then the first thing is to probably just like pay attention in class and get through your basics of math and English and science if you want to take the ACT, because those are basically what they're testing for if you know your basics. And just try to get an idea of what the SAT is about and what they're looking for. It's kind of like a trick when it comes to SATs and ACTs. They're looking to see if you can figure out how they will choose what kind of maps you will be taking and what kind of problems they're searching for. And if you have enough practice of those basics, then you can pretty much like get the SAT and ACT.
Yeah, going off of what Vanessa said, like I would say as a freshman, the most you can do is like if you're taking maybe geometry, that's a major part of the SAT and ACT. So like make sure your concepts are down, so that it'll save you time later when you have to go back and like relearn them or something. But I think sophomore year should be the main time when you should start focusing on like actual prep. And then at that point, it's just like doing lots of practice tests is like the best way.
Mhm. And I guess like work on your essay skills and expand your vocabulary more because those are like key components of the SAT. And like if you start that too late, you're not gonna be able to finish it on time. So right now would be a good time to like I guess read more and work on your writing skills and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just carry around flashcards.
Like it doesn't even have to be like, SAT questions. If you just need to get that stamina in your hand so you can go like a straight 30, 40 minutes of pure writing and get nice coherent ideas out, then by all means use that as practice.
Also,
don't-
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
All good.
Okay, but I think freshman year you should try to experiment with whether you like ACT or SAT more because I went back and forth switching from SAT to ACT only to figure out that I hate the SAT, and I took the ACT and I was fine with it. So then if you discover if you can eliminate the SAT earlier and focus mainly on ACT, then I think that's going to be really helpful later on worth all the time.
Also, if you don't like math, if you're like me and you suck at math, just know that the farthest they're going to go is like Algebra 2, early pre-calc. That being said, they're going all the way up to early pre-calc, and they go as far back as like Algebra 1 and geometry. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I got through geometry.
Okay, anyone else? Next question. What kind of extracurriculars can students do to achieve an acceptance to their dream college? Jennifer Nguyen.
I've only ever done like 3 things, so
Yeah, there's not really like definitive answer. Just do like what you like, you know?
yeah.
Just
Do what you love and own it.
And if you really like it, keep going through with it, because that shows dedication.
Yeah.
you can't
Big
really
dedication.
pick and choose which extracurriculars will get you into college because that's the funny thing about college. You don't know how you'll get in, but just know that if you find an extracurricular you really like they said, try to stick to it and then like push for it. If it's like a service club for high positions, if you think you're able to make it, and just try to like make the best out of the years of high school with that extracurricular. And extracurricular shouldn't be like the main thing to help you get into college, but it should be like an activity that you enjoy doing just because you need a way to relieve yourselves from the stress of like classes and stuff.
Mhm.
Going off of that, I feel like even when colleges do look at extracurriculars, it's kind of it goes off of that saying about it's not what you do, it's why you do it. So if you are actually doing something because your heart likes it and because you're genuinely passionate about it, that itself is something that people admire a lot more than, oh, I'm doing it because I feel like you guys would like seeing this on my application.
Yeah.
And remember that it's quality over quantity, like we mentioned during the workshop. So just stick and like be really passionate in a few clubs instead of like being a general member in like a bunch of different clubs.
Yeah.
Because
Don't spread yourself
it shows your passion.
Yeah, I would add on to say ultimately do something that you love and what you care about, because if you care about it, then you're going to want to be most invested in it, and it's going to show, and you're going to love doing it. And again, like what Emily said, you know, it's about going in depth and try and make the most of it. Stick with it all 4 years. Try and take on a higher role, because that's what's going to like really show your commitment to it. Don't try like a bunch of things like one thing, another thing. Like that's good to do like freshman year, try out, but eventually you want to hone down on a couple things.
That's called club hopping, and generally that shows that you're like wishy-washy. You don't know what you want to do in life. If you continue that past freshman year, it's kind of a red flag.
And it's best to start early because it's gonna look really weird if you do nothing the first 2 or 3 years and then all of a sudden you're in everything. And I think that's gonna harm you a little more than it can help you.
Okay. So yeah, in summation, what kind of extracurriculars can students do to achieve acceptance? Just whatever. If there's not one that fits your interests, just make one up. You know, make a new club. Okay. Here's one from Phil Lee. When, if ever, is it okay to lie on your application?
Lying is a very it's like you for coat.
Okay, being honest, I heard this from a college student. He got accepted into UC Berkeley, and being honest, he lied on one of his personal statements, and he got in. But he
What kind of
kind
lie
of
was
just
it?
basically in his personal statement, he talked about how he did some kind of project and it helped him get really into computer science. I almost said engineering, but it kind of helped him find his passion for computer science, and that's how he got in. And he thinks that kind of helped him with his essay. But it's best not to lie in your admissions app because if it's something like let's say hours or like the classes you take, that definitely like will not well on you as a person. If they ever find out that you lied in your app, then a lot of colleges will like reject you instantly. So be as genuine as you can, and if you put a lie in there, just make sure it's not way too exaggerated.
I feel like it's okay to leave stuff out if you don't feel like sharing it. But if you
Yeah.
were to add some stuff in, like, oh yeah, I was president of this club, like even though they don't really have proof that you were actually in it or you actually were president, it's not safe to do that. Plus, it's bad morally. So stuff like that. Don't do it big like that. Just if you don't want to put in that you didn't complete your hours for CSF or you didn't complete your hours for Interact, then just don't put it in.
So lying by omission.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's remember that there's a fine line between like kind of bragging about yourself, because it's okay to do that, and like exaggerating about yourself. You can say that you're like a really good track star, because you probably are. But then but like exaggerating would be like you're like the best track star on the entire team. There's a world of difference, and you just have to stay right in the middle of it.
I also think that if you do get accepted into a college, you want to be accepted for who you are, for what you've done. Like, why put up like a facade and like create lies about something that you haven't done, and then you get accepted because in the long run it's not gonna be worthwhile because you're accepted into a college that doesn't accept you for you, but something that you've told them or an image that you've created. And then that's why if your application is 100% honest, it's 100% who you are, and it's 100% of what you think, it'll feel even better when you get accepted because you realize, oh, they wanted me for who I was and not something I made up.
That's good. Good advice. Okay. So there it is. It's cool to lie by omission, and don't be afraid to like exaggerate a little bit, but don't like outright lie. You know, like, I mean, there's a difference between like beefing up your resume and like just straight out lying on your, yeah. Okay, here's another one from Jennifer Noel. Can you give examples of what UC students did to their high school years to be able to attend their UC? If by UC students you mean prospective UC students, because none of us are actually graduated yet.
I actually don't know what got me into colleges, because I can't really, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like none of us really know what happened, or like not what happened, but then like what colleges really look for. But then I feel like all of us are kind of heavy on extracurriculars too, so maybe that kind of helped a little. Well, like
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to like challenge yourself. I think all of us here have had those days or like nights when we've been up to like 3 or 4, but we still like hustled and we still grinded through it. And I think that's what really makes people stand out, because I guess sometimes it's so much easier to opt out and not take that AP class, take that easier class, or not take that higher role because you want more time to like sleep in or do something more leisurely. But if you actually challenge yourself and push yourself, that shows that you guys are willing to work hard. And I think that's something that makes like high school itself so worthwhile.
Also, don't be afraid to fail. I mean, like, not a class. Try not to fail a class, but if a club doesn't work out for you, then it's no big deal. If you applied for an officer position, then it's no big deal. So just keep going and just keep trying, push through, like Ashna said, or Disha said. Sorry.
Also, yeah, it's like it's hard to pinpoint things, like Connie said. Like, no one really knows like what exact thing got you in. But I would say like being well-rounded and being very diverse in your interests. Don't be too lopsided in one way or the other. Try new different things, because you never know what will become of it. It might end up being something that you love and you do for like your entire high school career and end up writing about it. So, yeah.
And then going off of what Disha said. I don't know. I just kind of zoned out. When they say try hard and try your hardest, don't take that as the initiative to completely run yourself dry and attempt to destroy yourself trying to do everything you can.
Vanessa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just won't have a fun time. Like, yeah, it's good to stay be like, okay, I'm gonna do this all for college, but have some you time, friend. Please have some you time.
Quick question, why was I just called out?
Oh, because he was like, oh, don't run yourself dry by doing all these extracurriculars. Even if you love doing it, just don't stress out so much. At Vanessa.
So I really can't answer this question, but I'm saying from my perspective, and I guess it's like different because I'm not going to be attending a UC. I'm going to be attending a community college, and the reason for that, which I'm like free to share, is because I got rejected from every UC I applied to. And I'm not ashamed of it or anything because I did the best I could with everything I can. I've done a lot of extracurriculars. I've been committed to a lot of things, but it's just things happen, acceptance things happen, and it might be because of my grades, it might be because of this. I don't know why. You never know why you would get rejected from a school, but um, what I'm doing right now is that I'm going to community and like I'm going to transfer, but as of now, I haven't shared this a lot with people. I'm going to see if I can push back my years of college and attend a community immersion instead. And that way I can find myself. And if you need to like find a place to find yourself later on and like after high school and you need a break from the stress in school, a community immersion um, experience will really help you with that too. And that's where I'm going to try to attend to instead of going straight to college. And straight to college is not always something that everyone can go to. So that's my little in that.
I didn't apply to a UC at all. I just went for CSUs.
Yeah. I don't remember anything in my like experience where I had a layout of things that I could potentially do. Like, okay, well, I can do that and get into Berkeley, or I can do that and get to San Diego. Like, that's not something that like you like really consciously think about. You just kind of do as much as you can and like try to stay on top of it, and it just all falls into place.
You just gotta be who you gotta be because some people get accepted into UCs, say, and they don't do any kind of extracurriculars, but their grades are like on top of everything. So you really don't know what you can or cannot do to get into UC. So just kind of like try to your best to enjoy high school as much as you can, but still stay on track to go to college if you want to attend like a UC.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, I was also gonna say, know before, like ahead of time, what the requirements are for the school that you want to attend, because sometimes they require you to take like subject tests or certain tests, or look at what their 75th percentile like SAT scores are or something. So it's good to know that beforehand, so you know what to aim towards, rather than like scrambling senior year, like oh no. So if you know that beforehand, it'll help you plan ahead too.
I feel like with extracurriculars, it's fine to do a lot, but you also got to focus on test scores and everything, which is true, but test scores are still really important. And I feel like that's why like some people who don't do extracurriculars at all like and have like bomb test scores, that's how they got in. Well, I'm not saying that's how they got in, but I feel like it really helps to get good test scores and keep up your grades and just look impressive to the college admissions.
Don't just look impressive. You gotta
be impressive.
Yeah.
Just be you, impressive.
Okay. Here's one from Tuan Tran.
Hey, fun. I love
if you if you could go back to your junior and early senior year and fix any mistakes, what would you fix?
Mistakes junior year that I'd love to fix.
Oh my god. For me, it was focusing more on the subject test for like SAT 2 subject test, because I didn't realize that, for example, Irvine wants you to take at least 2 subject tests. Is that right? Or 1? No, 1. But I didn't know that until later on, and I was scrambling to get the studying in, and I got like a scored, but it's okay. Whatever. I wish I'd known sooner.
Too.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, okay, I'm done with my SATs and ACTs, and then I figured my counselor was like, hey, you're missing a subject test score, and I was like, subject test score? I didn't take one, and she's like, you have to take one now. So I had a little time to study. Yeah, that's what I regret.
I did that, but like I think last minute Berkeley changed their policies and they took the subject test like clear off the the requirements.
I didn't.
So I still have to take it because I already signed up. But I mean that was just for Berkeley. I'm not sure, but I don't know.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, okay, if you're planning to go to a UC, and I really hope that you've researched what you want to go into for school-wise, because I didn't really do that, and I was like, oh god, UC essays, and I didn't do it last summer, and I spent most of August, and then some of September, and a little bit of October, just crying and trying to put words on a paper, until I realized, one, I didn't find any UCs that really fit what I was looking for, that weren't out of state, or that weren't they're either out of state or they were really expensive. I was like, not for me. So, you should really look at what schools that you want to go into before you start freaking yourself out, and please start your essays early, because that is the most terrifying experience, trying to, like, 2 days before the deadline, slamming on your keyboard, hoping that something comes out as, like, a coherent sentence.
Going off of what Ryan said, like, especially because I've heard that the prompts have changed for UCs, and it's like 4 essays now, so that seems a little bit more, yeah, it
Short
seems a little bit
answers.
more harder.
Yeah.
And in addition, oh my God, I still remember, like, in November, Miss Banix's classroom was, like, filled with seniors. Like, I think the week before we went on Thanksgiving break, it was so crowded because everyone was just like, oh, can look at my personal statement, and she was, like, legit, like, spending, like, 3 minutes reading it and, like, putting her red pen on it and, like, going on through the line. So if you could, like, at least have a solid rough draft, I guess before school even starts, or at least by, like, October or something, so that you don't have to, like, be in that tense environment where everyone's scrambling to get advice, it would be a lot more helpful.
Yeah. Early senior year, I did not start my Common App essays, my UC essays until like 3 days before the deadline. Not a good thing. But I just, like, luckily I didn't have anything to do, so I just like sat there at my laptop like for a whole weekend, just like try to find like inspiration or something. And you want to start there early, at least the like inspiration parts. Any other
Oh
mistakes?
yeah, sorry. So for me, going back to my junior and early senior year, I could think a mistake I did was that I actually didn't focus on testing, and that kind of stressed me out for semester senior year because no, actually, I took my first SAT in the June so the summer of before my senior year, and I didn't prep for that one, and I kind of did. It was okay. And then I didn't understand anything about testing, so it's great that you guys are like getting ahead and trying to get like your ins about what tests you should take and like how to prep for it because I knew nothing in my junior year. I just focused on finishing my classes and doing all my extracurriculars and stuff and doing everything else besides focusing on like SATs and ACTs. So I think that's something I would have regretted not preparing for earlier. Sorry, I'm on mute. So.
Okay. This one is also from Tuan.
Yay.
How do you really know what you want to truly major in?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
can hear
perfect.
you. Okay. So the question again, how do you really know what you truly want to major in?
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, it should be something that you enjoy doing and something that you're actually interested in. Like, don't try to do it for, oh, how much can I make? How much can I do? What positions can I get from this? If you go in it with that mindset, you might not like what you're getting into, and you're gonna hate it, and then eventually probably spend more money switching majors to something you actually do like. So just go with what you love, and research how you can make a career out of that.
Yeah, going off of that, like, I know that's really hard because it's like, how do you decide what you want to do for the rest of your life? Like, right now, I remember thinking that in junior year, but it's like, it's just a gradual process. I would say, like, look back at the subjects that you enjoyed the most throughout high school, the ones that you actually enjoyed doing versus the ones that you just, like, dreaded. See which skill or which areas you're stronger in because you know yourself best, and then just do a whole bunch of research. Like, honestly, just Googling helped a lot. I just spent hours just searching up, like, what does this major do? What does this involve? And when you read the descriptions, you kind of get a gist of it, like, oh, this sounds like something that I'd like to do, or this sounds way too boring for me, or it doesn't fit my personality. And I think that's just the best way. And talk to people maybe who are majoring in that, see if you can reach out. But just a lot of research and searching up, because it's not just going to, like, hit you one day, like, oh, I want to do this. Like, it'll be a gradual process.
Your counselors are very helpful. I remember I bothered Miss Wynn a lot, and like they have so many like nice resources. Like she led me to like websites, like Austin said, which give you like descriptions on what that major consists of, and she also led me to like surveys or like little quizzes that you can take, which basically put your strengths together, and they say, oh, with your like with what you want to do and what you like to do, this might be something that you might be interested in, and then you can look that major up on your own. And then in addition, it's okay to not know what you're gonna do, because even though so many of us picked our majors on our application, it might not be what we end up doing, and that's what like Ashna said, it's a journey, and you realize it through college, through like everything you do in your life, and it's okay to not have like a set major in mind, because as you go on, you eventually figure it out, and it's kind of something that accumulates over time, and you realize what your true interests and passion are.
Oh yeah, adding on to that, there's actually this test that gives you like a four-letter personality, and you can search it up, 16personalities.com, and I thought it's really helpful because it gives you an insight into your personality, your strengths and weaknesses, and they have an area for like career suggestions, and that's something cool to read too. Yeah.
Yeah, just Googling gets you a long way. As long as you can
And
find like.
if research isn't like something you want to like only do and you kind of want to get more hands-on, there's a bunch of like colleges that over the summer they offer programs and workshops and like overnight programs that can help you have an idea of what you want. Just bunch of leadership ones, and some varying from like certain majors, such as I know like nursing programs they have that too at like Stanford or something sometimes. I know Trinity attended something like that, an internship. And then my cousin, she attended like SASC, and it's a leadership program overnight at like Berkeley. And personally, for me, I attended a lot of like more cultural ones, and I attended leadership ones as well. So you kind of get like a mixture of it, and then within each program, they kind of like pinpoint down to like certain topics and like subjects such as like math or like some public speaking and stuff. So if you're like really into it, then you can figure out kind of what you like to do, and if that's like described into the major that you did research on, that's something you can look into. And like for me, I applied as business major, but when I started thinking about it now, when I start going to community college or like after my program, I'm gonna see if maybe I'll do something else, because I started realizing that business might not be my thing. Although I like public speaking, I don't think the business aspect itself is something I really want to get into, and maybe I want to go to more of a humanitarian aid and stuff. That's personally for me. So that's like where I'm starting off to.
I agree with the internships, because internships are like kind of like a hit or miss. So you kind of get an idea of what you like doing, what you don't like doing, and that kind of helps you figure out what you want to major in. And another thing with the summer programs, the overnight ones, went to Boston University, and it was really helpful because I took two classes, which was international politics and something about business, and from that I learned that I don't want to apply out of state, and that was a really good learning experience. I like traveling there but not going there, but the business class was really helpful because it drew me into the major aspects of business and how wide the whole business runs really far. Like there are so many parts of it. It's not just I want to major in business. Like what part of business? Like do you want to do business administration, business management, business like I don't know. There's still so much I don't understand, but it gives you an idea of what you like. So I think you should really try going for the summer programs and internships.
And personally, like I'm still unsure of what I want to major in 100%. Like I know I chose a major, but I've been like considering changing it or double majoring or major and minor, and that's like completely okay too, because it's still a learning experience. Like everyone else said here, it's a journey, and like after taking some classes in college, you might find that you want to do something else, or like might want to change your major completely, like from going from computer science to music or something, like something completely different, and that's okay because like it's still you. Like in the end, you just want to be happy with what you're doing. You don't want to force yourself to do something that you're not interested in or that you're not going to be happy with.
Okay. Going off of that, Phil Lee asks, what are the pros and cons of selecting undecided as your major?
Mm,
Mm.
Anyone have any experience with that?
One of the cons I'd like to add in would be that if you apply to privates, a lot of them have a Y major essay, and so like it's kind of hard to justify Y major if it is undecided. Sometimes it's good to like if you have a major, you can kind of still speak about, you can still come up with a story based on like your skills and all, but it can be hard to say why undecided, but it's not impossible that you can do that too. You can say that maybe as right now I have a variety of interests and I'm not so sure. You can turn that into an essay too. I would just say that it might be a little easier if you have a major to do like a Y major essay.
Mm-hmm. As far as other things too, like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go.
No. Go.
Oh, okay. So I guess like a pro of being undecided or undeclared would be like you can explore more of your interests. Like you're not restricted to like a specific major or like trying to take these classes for that specific major. You can explore more of your interests and like finally decide what you're actually interested in. And yeah, it's not a big deal if you go in undecided or declared because a lot of majors are impacted. So there are rumors that going in undecided or undeclared might actually increase your chances of getting into said college. So it's not all bad.
And by going in undecided, once you get into a college as undecided, they assist in helping you find a major that you'll go in. So they'll offer you classes, and you can explore like some impacted major classes, and they'll guide you through it. So if you go into a college scared that you're undecided, I don't think it'd be too hard on you because they will try their best to help you find something you will like as a major because they do want you to decide by your junior year.
Did anyone do undecided or undeclared here? No, right? Everyone chose a major. So yeah, I think most people choose a major, but according to statistics, like 40% of people do go in undecided or declared. So you have a lot of people with you. You're not alone.
Yeah.
I know one person who applied undecided to Irvine and he got in. Wei.
Wei,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you have any questions, ask Wei because he went through it.
Okay. Here's one. How did you guys figure out whether or not you want to apply out of state?
For me, it was like money. Cause
Yeah,
don't have that much money, so going all the way over there and having to pretty much start anew, I think that would have put me really far in debt.
Personally, I think that I know I wanted to go out of state because I didn't want to stay in state because there are colleges out of state. Like I wanted to go to a college in Florida, but then I decided not to apply, and then I was going to apply to American University, but I decided not to apply that later. Either because I just like had a realization myself, and that might not be your case. So if you're thinking about whether or not to apply out of state, and if you're interested in school, just go ahead and apply for it because if you apply and let's say you get in, you will get a lot of financial aid if they have like extra money like lying around, or they tend to want to try to get international students. And don't think about first probably when you're applying to see if you can get in, because if you do get in, they can find ways to help get you in if you qualify for certain things.
I guess I'd say more about what you personally feel as a person. Like, I feel like I'm really dependent on my family, and I love being close to home, at least close enough to like visit when I want to, and like that was a huge factor that came into my decision when I was applying out of state, because I still applied, but after I got my decisions from them, I didn't really consider them as my top choices because of that. And it's just more, if you want to be independent, if you want to really explore another environment outside of California, if you want to try something new, then you should apply out of state. But if you feel like, oh, I'm gonna miss my mommy, I'm gonna miss my daddy, I want to be with my family a little bit more, or I want to be able to come on a weekend that I'm not feeling good, then maybe you should stick close to home. But if it's okay to at least apply out of state, and you can always make that decision after you get your acceptance, after you see how much money they're offering you. And
Oh, another thing is if you're doing research on the college that's out of state, do keep in mind about the temperatures and the environment because if you're not comfortable with where you may be living, then it's gonna be like a waste of your money because some students they go out and they don't like living there and then they end up coming back to the Bay Area to finish their education and they just kind of like waste the entire year and all that money as international students go over somewhere else. So just do your research on whether or not you like a colder environment, warmer environment, or like Bay Area, a bipolar environment.
Plus, like, when you're applying to college, it's senior year, and, like, honestly, we're all growing up, so the decisions that you make aren't just going to affect yourself. You have to consider, like, how your family is going to feel about you going out of state, like, so far away for college, because you'll only be able to visit, like, 2, 3 times a year. Plus, most likely, your parents will be the one paying for your tuition and your room and board. So you want to consider, like, if they'll be able to afford it. Like, you don't want to apply out of state to a really expensive school if it's just not financially, like, you can't afford it. You know, so you have to consider there's a lot of different factors that go into applying for college, and you should, like, if you're considering applying out of state, you should talk to your parents first about it and see how they feel.
Danny, how do you feel about this?
He said he doesn't have an opinion.
Oh. Okay, next question. What if I want to apply as an unconventional major, like music or dance or language?
Ryan!
Okay, so for something, because I applied as a music major, you should always research, figure out what programs do you want, because there's a lot of different things, like with business, how there's all these different things in business, there's with music, and I'm sure with dance too, there's a lot of different little subcategories that you have to think about, like, are you going to be a performance major, I'm speaking in terms of music, sorry, this is what I know, you're going to be a music performance major or a composition major, are you going to be a director, what exactly is it that you want to do, and you should really think that over before you start just being like, music major, because there's different requirements for each one. Me going in as a composition major, it's recommended that I have 1 or 2 pieces that I've written either for an ensemble or for a solo instrument that I'm going to go in there and be like, hey, this is what I've done, this is how much I know. And then if you're going in as a performance major, which I originally thought of doing, you're going to have to get your audition piece ready. You really need to think about, well, what am I going to need? And one of the things you can do is always you need to buy technique books, please. Like, those are really important. They will really help you boost your ability with that instrument, make you feel more confident. If you can get some sort of mentor or a private tutor to help you hone in your ability, decide on your audition piece early, because you need that thing to be really, really, really clean if you want to be successful. And another thing would be, like I said, I'm speaking mostly from a music perspective, would be to always practice the fundamentals. Know all of your scales, not just major. Know your minor, your harmonic minor, your what's the third one? There's major, minor, harmonic minor, and melodic minor. Yeah, make sure you know all of those, because if you are to audition, chances are they could ask you to play one of those scales for them. If you don't know, that's really going to hurt your chances.
Yeah, another thing I researched into some dance major stuff because I considered it, but I realized that I didn't really want to do it. So I think some colleges require you to have a portfolio, so that's kind of important to kind of gather your stuff. And same with what Ryan said, you have to figure out what part of dance you want to go into. If you want to perform, you just need to know what area you want to go into, and it really depends on the college, I feel. But if you really want to go for it, you can go for it. Like, no one's gonna stop you. Just do what you like, because if you enjoy it, I think you're gonna love doing it. And if you love doing it, you're gonna commit to it even more. So that's a good thing.
What else?
Anyone going into writing, like English majors?
Mm,
Oh, I remember my sophomore year, I looked into going into journalism,
Me
and
too.
then I realized that's a lot of writing. So I think that was just me backing away because I was lazy. But still, right now, I go for journalism just because of my own preferences.
Like freshman year, I really wanted to be a journalist and major in journalism. But then the summer after freshman year, I did this journalism internship, and then I realized that it was really
huh?
fun activities to test out your interests. Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. Gosh, I had something to say that I completely forgot. Oops.
Oh, I remember my sophomore year and my freshman year, actually, like before, even like during middle school, I didn't really plan on going to college, but more of a culinary college too. So, I actually was like really committed to doing that up till my sophomore junior year, and then during my junior year, I kind of explored more into like leadership and stuff like that. So that I strayed away from, but like culinary school was something I really, really wanted to go to, but it was kind of like it was unconventional and my parents were like totally against it, but I think at one point my mom was just like, just do what you want to do because it's better to excel in something you'd like better than to struggle in something you might not like, if that makes sense, because people tend to do better in subjects that they really enjoy taking. So if you like something as unconventional as that, then go ahead and do it.
I remember what I was gonna say. So it's like, and it's regardless of if what you're going into, but you should always make sure you really research how to be good at what you want to do. Like, I know there's a point where I was like, yeah, writing looks like fun, so I would go out and I found a lot of writers and I would just read their blogs and figure out what they did that was really good, and then you try to develop your own style, develop your own taste for this before you go in, because that really can help you understand. Well, first off, if you really want to do this, and second, what is your contribution to this art form?
Yeah. Another thing with when I was considering minoring in dance or majoring in dance, I thought of the competition in the dance world, and that's kind of what helped me settle that I didn't want to apply or I didn't want to go for that, and I want to do that off to the side because I'm definitely going to continue in college. So that's another thing to consider. Like, where do you stand in the community that you plan on kind of putting yourself into, and if you're confident enough that you'll be able to do well. I mean, I believe that you'll do well. I have faith in you. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a surprise speaker, Ivy Tran, who's in the room with us right now. Would you like to weigh in on this topic?
So back to what Connie said about like no one's stopping you. Like right now, if you want to go into an unconventional major and you did tell your parents and they're telling you that they're against it, they may be against it now, but when they see that you are in college and you like your major and you love what you do, they're gonna come around. They're gonna be like, oh, it's your life. I don't have the right to really control you and restrict you because they want you to be happy. They want you to be successful in life. They don't want you to feel sad and upset. And so right now, even if you're conflicted about it because your parents say no, just go through with it and have faith that your parents will come around and they love you and they just want you to do the best you can in life, the way you can do it.
I think they say no because they're worried for you because they're not sure about it. That's like the only reason why I think they say no. But later on, they'll believe in you. You just gotta prove that you're gonna do it and you're gonna commit to it, and that's what's most important. Because yeah, you have to kind of go by what your parents say, but I don't think that you should rely on your parents to determine what you're gonna major in. So if you really want to go for it, then go for it, because not even your parents can stop you.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Follow your dreams.
Thanks, Ivy.
You gotta follow that dream.
Follow that dream.
Okay. Here's myth busting question. Does the admissions committee really do social media checks? I don't know about that. Has anyone been checked?
I don't know about that.
If they
Yes,
did,
I do know. I know a friend who he got accepted into a UC, and because of, sorry about the dog in the back, but because of some inappropriate, like very, very, very inappropriate stuff that was posted on his social media, and they happened to check it, he got denied his acceptance onto it. But you can't guarantee that you'll be the one to be checked, but it's better to be clean with your social media accounts and just try to be normal, I guess. I'm just kidding. No, just do anything that will, like, you'll regret or like will hurt someone's rep or something like that. I don't know. They probably won't get to you, but in the chance that they do, just be wary. Around that time, just kind of like delete or block it off. Block it off during like acceptance.
In general, you should probably be keeping a pretty clean social media profile anyway, especially since employers do it. Employers check your social media accounts much more often. So as long as you keep your nose clean, don't post any weird things, any weird memes, then you'll be good. You'll be good.
Also, just watch what you say, because even if they don't check, someone can report you and then they'll check. So you just gotta watch out for that. And it's also good to keep a clean social media presence, because if you're in a club, if you have an officer position, or even like if you have a leadership position, so if you're a board member, it's always safe to keep your social media clean. So you just gotta present yourself like the way that you know your club wants to present you as. So just keep in mind, think of that, and practice what you preach.
And again, if it's something that's so offensive to the colleges, then it should be on social media in the first place, because it's probably something you should share with anyone, honestly, if it's something that offends colleges that much that would like get you to that point. So try to keep it safe.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I think about that. Off of what Vanessa said about like bad mouthing colleges, make sure like when you're writing your essay, especially if it's like applicable to different colleges, take the name out. Like change the name. Yeah. Okay. Dominic Tedjum asks, how many colleges should I apply to? So how many colleges did you guys apply to?
Oh shoot. I applied to a lot, which I kind of regret because it was a lot of work. But it was because my counselor, I have an out-of-school counselor who kind of guided me through the college admissions process. And the policy for the tutoring center I went to was you have to apply to 10 colleges, but UCs count as one. So all the UCs count as one college. So if you apply to Santa Cruz and Santa Barbara, that counts as one. And then you have to apply to 9 other schools, which they prefer to be private for some reason. But then I kind of negotiated with them and then honed it down to 5. And even then, it was a lot because it was just a lot of work. I suggest that you apply to the colleges that you want to and the ones that you feel like you would go to, because I felt pressured to just apply to the colleges just to meet their standards at the tutoring center. So I think that's just apply to what you want to, because it's a lot of money too.
Yeah, pick like your top 4 maybe. That way, you know, there's a good chance that you'll get into one, but you're not spending so much money that that once you get into one, you're like, now I'm out like $400. Those are expensive. Like, holy crap.
Yes.
And I applied to like a lot. Like, I applied to 8 colleges, which was a lot of money. But I mean, in the end, you only end up going to one college. So just choose the ones that you really want to go to. And like, I was kind of stupid in that like I applied to a lot of colleges just to see if I could get in. which is a dumb idea, like looking back, because like there, I guess if you get in, like it feels nice for a while, but then you also realize that you spent like so much unnecessary money because you only end up at one college. So just apply to the ones that you really want to go to.
So,
Also, when you're applying to colleges, check out the fee waivers because those are going to save your life.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Vanessa. Go. Sorry.
So for me, I only applied to 4 colleges, and those were the 4 UCs I applied to. And it wasn't because like, oh yeah, I got a fee waiver for it. It just happened to be number 4. Those are the only 4 UCs that I was interested in and had the program that I wanted at the time. And then I thought back, like as Emily said just now, she applied to so many just to see if she can get in. And then for me, I thought ahead of time, and I was just like, I'm only gonna apply to UCs I would actually think about going to because I want to spend extra money going to a college to see if I would get accepted or not. Because either way, will I enjoy this college? Will I want to get into it? It'd be nice if I got an acceptance letter, but it's better to get an acceptance letter to a college you actually want to go to rather than a college to see if you can be accepted because you're bound to be accepted into at least one of the colleges, but you don't know if you're going to be accepted into the college that you're aiming for. So I knew I didn't want to go to state college and private. I just felt like it wasn't my thing anymore. So I only applied to 4 UCs and I didn't get accepted to any of them, but I'm going to community college and I didn't mind because my original plan was to go to community and then transfer. So that was okay with me. So that's how I ended up. I saved a lot of money too.
I wasted so much money. I feel so bad.
Me too.
I'm so dumb. But it's like I think it really depends on you. Just don't do too much. You're gonna regret it later because you're only going to one. And if you want to go to another one later on, you're gonna have to apply again. So the money that you put in now, it's not gonna matter because they're just gonna take your money now. College is like money.
There's a magic number of 6, so 2 safety colleges, like 2 colleges that you're completely sure you can get into, so like just in case, so you have a backup plan. 2 like gold colleges, like 2 that you're pretty sure you can get into, like you have the grades and the test scores of like their average students, and 2 reach colleges, like like Ivy League or Stanford or I don't know, like these really big schools that everyone wants to go to, but no one is sure they can really get into because you should just try. Like, you never know if you get in, and if you do,
never know. Yeah.
It'll be really cool.
That's what I did. I applied to 6 total. SJSU, 4 UCs, and Stanford. And I got 5 out of 6, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, adding on to what Emily said, I was going to say apply to a variety because you definitely want to have some safety schools, but don't like fill up your whole plate with safety schools. Like apply to schools that realistically you want to go to, and it's okay to apply to some dream schools also. Like Emily said, have a balance in all 3 of those areas, and also just apply to how many you can handle applying to. Like don't overdo yourself, don't feel obligated to. As long as you have like a good mix, you'll get in somewhere. And if you apply smartly.
Even if you don't get into the college you want to, 80% of college freshmen or college like juniors actually, 80% of them do say that that's the college they want to. So
Hi.
Don't be afraid to like not go to your dream college or whatever it is in grandma.
Hi, Arjun's grandma.
Okay, if we're done with that question, Anna Samantha asks, what are you guys' thoughts on out-of-state community colleges?
I think that applying for community college out of state is not really worth it because a lot of community colleges don't offer performing really because it's local and it's called community. So it's better to save money and attend a community college nearby than to spend extra money on a community college in another state unless you're planning on like living there for certain reasons. But you would have to find a house and stuff too because community colleges most likely will not offer you housing and stuff.
Plus, it's a known fact
that
a
lot of communities are.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. California has the best community college system. Like, we have I know during this presentation a couple of months ago, I learned that we have the same amount of community colleges in California that they have in all the other states combined. So there's a lot of good community colleges here. And a lot of them have that tag agreement, that transfer agreement with UC campuses. So if you go to a community college in California with the agreement between that school and the UC you want to go to, you're guaranteed to get into that UC if you just keep up with your classes and your grades. So personally, I wouldn't go to an out-of-state college or out-of-state community college just because it'd be a lot more expensive and like a little bit unreasonable because you're getting like the pretty much the same education in California and it's a lot cheaper here.
What me say? Oh yeah, the name in itself, community college, implies that like it's for people in that immediate community. So if you're out of state, you'll have to be a commuter whether you like it or not. You can't like dorm at a city college or anything like that. So you have to find an apartment, find your own place to live, and if you're 18 and fresh out of high school, that's kind of hard. So if you're thinking about like, oh, I want to go out of state because like I want to like experience life on my own and I want to be independent. And not as you might as well go for like a university where you can dorm and have that provided for you because community college, well, you're better off here if you want to go to community college. It's not necessarily a lot cheaper if you go to community college out of the state, but you still have to find housing, which in some cases is more expensive than dorms itself. So yeah. Any other comments? Okay. On the topic of community colleges, someone asked which community colleges have the best transfer programs. So if you're thinking about community colleges here, like Emily said, we have the best community college. We have some of the best community colleges in the United States here in California. Some of them right in the Bay. We have 6: De Anza, Foothill, Ohlone College, West Valley College, Mission, Evergreen, and San Jose City, which is actually 7. I can't count, but their graduation and transfer rate for these colleges is very nice. More than half, more than 60% for most of them, except for Mission. But the other ones, Evergreen, Ohlone, De Anza, they're really good. So, and like Emily said, they're guaranteed UC transfer things. So if you go to these places, you want to save money, this is a good option for you. California community colleges are the best. Okay. Phil Lee asks, what are some common mistakes when writing a college app essay? What should I avoid doing? Comments?
Oh, I remember. Sorry, go Emily.
Oh, no, okay, go ahead. I was just asking if everyone left.
Oh.
No, I was just quiet for a second.
I was gonna say that, like, yeah, when I was before writing my essays, like, I checked out some books from the library, and I was also reading up on like these kind of things, and I heard of like some stories where people, it's okay to recycle essays, but sometimes they like accidentally left the name of the school from another college on there when recycling the essay, or it didn't really answer the prompt. The biggest thing, you want to make sure that you're answering the exact prompt that they asked for. Don't deviate from it. Also, check your grammar and your spelling like very meticulously, because I've heard that can be look pretty poorly on you if you don't have like good grammar or spelling, because they kind of judge your writing on it too. Yeah.
You don't want them to laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, another thing was you should realize that like college essays, they shouldn't be like your typical 5-paragraph English persuasive essay. It's a college essay, and it's more of like a narrative about you, and it's like a story. So don't start off with like firstly, and then secondly, and finally. It should flow more like you're reading a story or a narrative into someone's life, sort of. And also, make sure that you like kind of know where you're going with it at the end of it. When you read it yourself, like you should feel content with it, because if you're not content with it, or you don't feel like it's a strong essay, then chances are the college admissions people also feel the same way. So be satisfied with your essay and don't just submit it because it's like good enough. Yeah, be proud of your essay.
Plus, try to avoid like the typical cliche topics that a lot of people use, like the my parents were immigrant story. Like everyone's parents were immigrants. You're not special.
Well, you are special, but
Well, yeah, but
You
like
are unique.
not like a unique. Whoa, wow,
well,
your
you
parents.
are unique.
That's weird.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's leave it at
avoid
they've
like
heard that
the
story before.
yeah, avoid like this thing changed my life story. 'Cause okay, but how did it change your life? Or like, how did it make you become a better person? Blah blah blah. What are some other cliche topics?
I have got a link here, top the 7 worst college application cliches and how to avoid them. Number 1, starting your essay with a famous quote.
Don't start with a quote. Don't start with
Which
a
makes sense,
question
'cause
either. I hate it
yeah,
when
don't
people
start with a
start
question.
their essays with a
That's so
question.
weird. Okay, there's also a lot of people are into volunteer work, and like if you want to write your essay about Key Club or UNICEF, that's great. But they do advise that you at least be like a little bit original about it. Like a lot of people are so into volunteering that they essentially say the same thing sometimes. So try to make it unique to you. Don't just like make a broad statement about, oh yeah, I learned this much about Nicaragua or something. Try to make yourself stand out. Because obviously you're very proud of your accomplishments, but you just want to make sure that they're not the same as everyone else's. Number 3, over-exaggerating commitments. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah. Like there has to be a point where you cut off and be like, okay, look, it's just what it is, what it is. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, this is the difference between life or death. Unless it really is,
Yeah.
then by all means, write about how that is like life or death for you. But I mean,
Yeah.
don't blow it up into that if it really isn't.
Like if you do community service, don't make yourself sound like Mother Teresa. Or if you're a football player, don't make yourself sound like Cam Newton or whatever.
Ooh. Sorry, I don't know sports.
He's a football player. Uh, okay, number 4. Don't turn in a gimmicky application supplement. Yeah, if you're one of those eccentric people who turn in like their essays on the soles of flip-flops, apparently that happened one time. Don't do that. Just send in an application. Everyone else.
Was the essay
Um,
good?
I don't know. The point is that they're just not gonna take your essay seriously, and they're just gonna think that you're some like weirdo. Number 5, don't write the dead dog essay, which basically means like don't like try to exaggerate a tragedy. And like if you want to write about a tragedy, yeah, but like um, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't don't like try to relate the tragedy like to you and what you learn like because obviously people like read about tragedies all the time and you want to make it like stand out. And yeah, all the rest of these things we already talked about. So yeah. Anyone else? Any common mistakes that you guys have heard of?
Oh, if you want to read like an example of my essays, you can just message me personally and I'll send them to you and like I can help you write yours too if you really want to, because I worked on mine pretty hard and I liked them. So yeah, if you want an example, I got you.
A common mistake also is like not getting like help from an English teacher or something, and just trusting your own like judgment. Because English teachers are like literally paid to like grade English, so I think they know a thing or two about your essay.
Ask your teachers to review them. Ask your peers. Ask people who have like already gone into colleges because like they know what they're doing. So you want to be like them.
Okay, here's another list of college essay topics everyone's afraid of reading. We've already talked about the immigrant essay. The second one is they taught me more than I taught them. Yeah, we already talked about that. Don't write about the time you went on a service trip and taught like little kids in Africa, but they taught you more than you taught them because it's overdone and There's another one called the skis essay. Like you talk about a time where you I was given a physical challenge like a Mount Everest or the ocean, and I came in power. There's
Also,
also extended
oh,
metaphor essays. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, sorry. If you're like trying to explain an activity you're in, just don't spend so many words and time explaining it. Give a brief description because like not all like the readers will know what you're talking about, but try to get to the point when you're talking about it. And when you do decide to talk about, I know like a lot of us advise not to like talk too much about service or like about this activity, but if you do end up writing about it or about like a program you went to and how it changed you, don't forget to talk about how you got like changed as a person or about like yourself, and don't put too much time to talking about the program that you were in because the colleges want to know more about you, not about what program you're in and how they process their process went. They want to talk about how you got into it. So like just focus on yourself when you're talking about anything in your essays.
Yeah. Another thing, when you're writing an essay, you want to make it like you want it to show something that's not in your application. Like if you have in your application somewhere that you did volunteering for how many so hours, don't then write about in your essay how you volunteered for so many hours. Like for example, Dominic just asked, did I write about marching band in my personal statement? Yes, I did. I'm a nerd, but when you talk about marching band, like Vanessa said, don't just talk about marching band. Talk about how it like affected you and what you got out of it. Where was I going with this? Yeah, just make it show like a different side of you that isn't in the application anywhere else, because that's like the one part of the application that you do have the most control over is how you present yourself in a personal essay. So a couple more cliches. What I learned at this academic conference / camp, how I felt about moving to a whole new place or being in a new environment, how I learned to fit in, or a very vague essay about my family's culture. These are things that they've listed as cliches that you should think about not writing about. Yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah, one more thing. Sometimes there's a lot of essays out there, like online and in books, but make sure you don't plagiarize. Like my counselor actually told me about someone who, I guess her brother had attended this college, and she basically copied his essay from 6 years ago exactly and changed up like a few things, and then they like denied her application because of it, because they had those things on record. So like just whatever you do, like don't plagiarize, because they probably have that kind of essay somewhere in their database or system.
Yeah, it's very clear. Like if your level of English in your essay doesn't match the level of English in your application or something like that, that's pretty obvious.
Well, also, if you're like scared of being plagiarizing an essay, I know my friend did this, and I know like a lot of Piedmont Hills students did this. There is online, if you can go, I don't understand the website what it is, but you can probably find it. You can like type it up or like just copy and paste it into and see how plagiarized your essay is compared to like another, how unique yours is.
Yeah. If you wanna get like peer review online, don't post your like drafted essay on College Confidential before you send it, because people can literally like steal your essay because it hasn't been written before and it's new, you haven't submitted it. So don't submit it anywhere online where somebody could just easily just take it and make it their own. Otherwise, they'll submit it first and then you submit it and then you could be the one that's paying for plagiarism. So yeah. Next question. When should I start working on my applications? When did you guys start working on your applications?
Really, really close to the deadline. Please don't do that. Start junior year. Like,
Start right now. Like, right after this live stream, just go to common.org and start working on the essays.
Especially if you're a freshman.
Yeah.
Especially.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You might screw yourself over. Things change.
Things do change.
I know a lot of people recommend that you start over the summer, but if you're lazier and stuff, try to start. I know for us, we had a Thanksgiving break. Try to finish it before that break if it happens to run around the same time because I know I finished mine right before Thanksgiving break. And while I was like, all my teachers did like not assign homework that time or something because I felt so relaxed that break because all I did was like go out and have fun and relax. And I know a lot of people were like stressing on like trying to submit in their applications super last minute. And if you feel like you don't have the if you feel like you can't push yourself to finish it before then, try to get someone to work with you so you can finish it ahead of time. Because I know with me, the reason why I finished my entire application before Thanksgiving break ended is because I went to Panera on Sundays and I finished it, and I had a friend sit there and help me finish it. And I just met up with friends. It was fun. It was relaxing, and like you don't feel too stressed out. And at the same time, I talked to my counselor, which was my counselor was Mr. Banks, and he wanted me to finish my personal statement by like this day because he took it and he read it for me and he sent it off to some of his friends, which were like college readers, and they read it for me. So I got feedback from actual readers from colleges, and they needed time for that. So if you can get someone to push you to finish, like a counselor or like another friend, so you guys can work on it together, then that would be something you should try planning ahead of time to get it done before like maybe a break that might come up.
I started summer of junior year, and it was really helpful because I had a counselor who pushed me and set deadlines. That's the most important thing, setting deadlines for your applications and for your, like, when's the first draft due, a second draft, and then your supplementary questions if you're applying to privates. And I finished before Thanksgiving break, so I had the whole week to chill. So it was fun. It wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be. The only stressful thing was starting the essays because that's like the hardest part. So I feel like you can start brainstorming your personal statements now, I guess. But as for essays and your activities list, you should kind of get started. I feel like junior year is like a good start, or maybe summer of sophomore year, you can list out the things like the potential things you can talk about in your personal statement, and then try listing out your activities now so you can just put them in later. And when you get to your summer of junior year, that's when you should start writing them out.
Yeah, adding on, I would say since the personal statement prompts are like already out, it might be a good idea to start brainstorming over the summer, and also use that time in like August when you just get back from school and things are still light, because in the beginning, the first few weeks of school, it doesn't get as stressful yet, and so if you get a lot done then, it'll save you time versus like stressing out in November when you're going to get hit with things such as finals coming up and the workload's going to be a lot more. So just in your downtime, beginning of senior year, try and spread it out again, because it's really rewarding to have like that break at the end if you don't procrastinate.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Someone asked, how important is the letter of recommendation? What are you guys' experiences like with getting letters of recommendation from teachers? Who did you ask? How did you ask? Did you get them gifts? Did you bribe them?
Yeah, so for each teacher you ask, I suggest you pay them 100 each. I'm just kidding. The one thing with letters of recommendation is you have to ask your teachers ahead of time. Make sure you don't ask them like 3 days before the deadline.
Yeah.
Give them a good 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I asked them like a week before the deadline, and that was really, really bad because it was like during Thanksgiving break
like,
too.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
was it Christmas break because it wasn't due till like January, but like I had to email them like every single day, like, oh, did you do it yet? Did you do it yet? And I got really stressed out during that 2 weeks. So you want to ask like really early, like
check the deadline.
Year, just go to your favorite teacher and be like, hey, can you write me a letter of rec for blah blah blah, and then just set it in stone. So you have like a guaranteed letter of recommendation, and you don't have to stress about it. And because I procrastinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Go ahead.
As someone who didn't have to go around collecting letters of recommendation because I wasn't going to apply to a UC. I have been around a lot of people who did, and one thing I can say from talking to them is, don't just pick a teacher you like, pick a teacher that knows you. Because if you pick someone like, hey, I really like this teacher, but we have never like interacted other than me being in that teacher's class, then might be a little wishy-washy. They won't have as much to say about you. But if you pick that teacher, like, let's say you've taken foreign language for 3 years and you really like it and they really like you, then by all means go ask that teacher because they've had 3 years of you and they know exactly what to say and what to leave out. They've had 3 years of you.
I'd say that
They
a
like
lot
you or
of
not.
oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say that for me personally, I was always intimidated of asking teachers because I thought like, oh, I don't want to go up to them after class or I don't want to approach them. And in reality, they're really approachable and that they're there to help you and they know that seniors are gonna ask them for letters of rec. So in your head, it might seem like a big task, and I know I always like dreaded doing it. But even if you're scared of that, send them a loop mail or like approach them online first and then go meet them in person. But do whatever you can to approach them because they are approachable. And although it feels intimidating because they're always standing there up in class and talking, and you're just like, oh no, I'm asking them to do something for me. They're actually, if you have a good connection with that teacher and if that teacher really knows you, she'll be down to write it down. And yeah, and a lot of times teacher asks for information about yourself, so that's where like that senior info sheet really comes in handy. So it's
Oh
okay
my
to
god.
that info sheet and give that to them so that they know what else is going on in your life besides what they see in the classroom.
Yeah. The senior info sheet takes forever to fill out, so I suggest you start now because that thing was so, that was time consuming.
Also, going back to like the question about how important it is, like having attended like some college info sessions, like I've heard that they're really important in terms of they like to hear the teacher's perspective, because it's like another personal statement but from the teacher's perspective, and like they're adults who are reading your essay and they like to hear, they trust the opinion of the teachers, they like to hear another perspective about you in terms of in the classroom and kind of to validate the way that you talk about yourself. And so you want to make sure that the teacher is, like, of course, talking very positively about you and knows you well. So yeah, like Connie and Tisha mentioned, like the senior info sheet is really good, but it might also be helpful to maybe have a chat with them and tell them a little bit about yourself, your goals for the future, so that they can really cater the letter of recommendation towards like you and make sure that it's a really unique letter rather than like a generic letter. You don't want them to be like totally copying and pasting from another person.
And also a word about letters of rec. A bad letter of recommendation, like from some teacher you don't know very well, is a lot worse than having no recommendation at all. Otherwise, they just call you a bad student, and like that's not what you want, you know. If you're torn on who to pick, like maybe all your teachers like you, something like that, try to think of MESS, MESS, which is an acronym Mr. Banks told us on how to pick your teachers. These are they stand for subjects. M stands for math, E stands for English, S stands for science, and the other S equals social studies. So if you get letters of recommendation from these teachers, these are like essentially your core classes, your GE classes. That's kind of what colleges want to see. Like if you're good in these classes, if you really like, if your art teacher or your drama teacher knows you well, get those too. But for example, Common App has an optional third letter of recommendation option. That's usually where the extracurricular person goes in. But if you can, try to get MESS, MESS, math, English, social science, and regular science. Those teachers are your core letters of recommendation people.
Also, one more thing, like depending on
Plus,
your
remember to thank your. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go first.
Oh no, it's not that important.
No, go, Emily.
Oh, okay. So, remember to thank your teachers with like a small token of appreciation, like chocolate or like a card or something, because letters of recommendation are not part of their job description. So like they don't have to write this for you, but they're doing so because they want you. Remember to thank them and be very polite when you ask them.
Yeah, also, it's really nice to let them know where you end up going. So talk to your teachers after you figure out where you're going to go or what you're considering going, so they know that they helped you in a way, because they like to know.
Also, one thing to look at might be your major, because I know like if you're going into like the sciences, they suggest try and get at least one science or math teacher. Maybe if you're doing the humanities, it might be recommended to get like an English teacher or social studies teacher. But like it doesn't have to be that. Obviously, it should be the teacher that knows you the most, but it just might be helpful, especially for the technical majors, to have a teacher that can speak to your technical and like sciencey skills.
So start establishing relationships with your teachers now, because it's never too early to get to know them. Don't just kiss up to them. You actually have to get to know them. They have to get to know you. So if you're stressed out or something, you might want to share with the teacher so they know what you're going through, so they understand you more. And then later on, you can use that to your advantage.
Who did you guys ask?
I asked Narvison and Miss Bannock.
I got my letter of recommendation from the teacher that I sort of student teach alongside for practicum, so it helped.
Practicum being teaching academy, right?
Yeah, sorry, I should probably clarify. Yeah, I go out, and then when I go to elementary schools, the teacher that I'm kind of observing and helping out, it was the one who wrote me a letter of recommendation.
I got mine from Miss Shea and Mr. Warren, my junior year teachers.
I got mine from Mr. Warren and Miss Bailey, my AP Lang and Chem teacher.
I got mine from Miss Bannock and Miss Grover, my Lang and AP Hug and WOW teacher.
Yeah, junior teachers are usually your best bet, since like you're the most like freshman in mind, like because you recently had their class in like early senior years when you want to ask. I got mine from Miss Narvison and Mr. Brandt, which is kind of weird, like considering like I'm entering as a science major. I didn't get any science recommendations, but I just felt like these teachers knew me better than some of my science teachers. Although I could have made a case for Miss Williams. But that's all right now. That's done. It doesn't really matter as long as like as long as you know they can write a good recommendation. Then it shouldn't matter who. Like, oh yeah, I should get my science teacher because I'm going to science major. If your science teacher doesn't, if you're not really close with your science teacher, then no big deal. You can still get a good recommendation letter, regardless.
Oh, also one more.
I love Miss Bailey.
Sorry. One more thing is that like for privates, I think I didn't know this before, but your counselor also has to write a letter of recommendation.
Oh yeah, that's SR.
Yeah. So sometimes I think now they can opt out of it. They have the choice to. But if they know you and they can write it, I heard that's pretty helpful too. So you should like establish a relationship with your counselor too.
Since it's a really big school, it's unlikely that your counselor will know you by your name. So like, I guess at the end of junior year or beginning of senior year, make a couple meetings with your counselor and like establish like a good relationship with them. So like at least they know who you are. And I guess you can always talk to them about like your goals or like whatever you're feeling stressed about, because that's what they're there for. Like that's literally their job. Like they want to hear about your problems. So if you have a good bond with them, it makes for a much better letter of recommendation.
Also for the common half. Oh, sorry.
So go ahead.
Oh, there's also that the professional recommendation, and that's also important if you if usually they don't require it, but if you want to fill it out, it can be beneficial, because I know that like those are where the people that you've done programs with or the people that you've done internships under, they can come handy because they can put in their input outside of the classroom, what they've seen you do like during your summers, on your downtime, and those are pretty helpful too. So make sure that if you're doing like a program or if you're doing an internship, that you develop relationships with the people you're working under so that they can talk about you.
And we don't what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, technically it's not legal, but if your teacher is cool, or your teacher, your coach, or whoever's writing a letter of rec, if they're cool with it, try asking them to read it, because like I said earlier, a bad letter of rec is a lot worse than no letter of rec. So if your teachers do let you read it, take that opportunity. Just ask them. If they don't let you, that's fine. You know, it's kind of private sometimes. But if they let you read it, I suggest you read it. That way you know if it's a good one or a bad one. And then if it's bad, just say, you know, I think I'd better ask another one of my teachers. Because it's, you know, they understand. It's like you want the best, like you want to be shown in the best light, and maybe you're not shown in the best light in this letter of recommendations. So if they do let you read it, yeah. If they don't, no big deal. Just a little like, I guess personal satisfaction if you know like you have a good letter of rec going in your name.
Oh,
I think right now for the juniors, I would do the senior info sheet like as soon as possible because that takes so long and it was so annoying.
yeah.
Like, I started it 2 days before it was due for my counselor,
Bad idea.
and that was terrible.
You can find
also,
it on ihs.schoolloop.com. There's a students tab, and then there's like senior info. Oh no, let me find it actually right now. Oh yeah, it's on counseling, and then you go to senior info, and all your senior info is right there. And you fill that out, and you give it to all your counselors. Make sure you make several copies, because if you lose your one copy, you gotta do it all over again. So make a lot of copies if you could ask a lot of teachers for letters rec, or you lose one. Not a teacher, but the letters rec.
always keep the original, because you don't know if a teacher is gonna lose theirs. You'll never know, just in case. Also, if you're doing it on your laptop, make sure to save everything, because you can lose it.
It's much easier, like, because the senior information sheet online is a doc, like a doc file. So you can open it up in Word, and you don't have to print it out and write everything by hand. You can just type it out. You know, you have smaller font size. You can take advantage of that and make like huge paragraphs on like 4 lines, and that can basically give more information to whoever is writing your letter of rec if they don't know you too well in case of like counselor or something.
I wrote everything out by hand, and that was the worst idea ever because it took.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. Looks like we've exhausted all our questions.
If you guys watching right now have any other questions, now is the time to send them in. Like
Message either like send it on the thing, message us personally. We're still online. We're on Facebook and stuff. For you guys to send in questions.
Ask us anything.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go through the Tumblr for admissions officers, or what is it called? Admissionsproblems.tumblr.com.
Let's talk about our personal experiences, guys. Where are you guys going to college?
San Jose State composition major. What about you?
UC Irvine sociology major, most likely. I confirmed my SIR, but like you know, it could still change. But as of right now, UC Irvine.
What's the question? Sorry.
Where you're going, what you're majoring in.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I haven't submitted my SIR to anywhere yet because I wanted to go to Irvine, but I got waitlisted, so I'm kind of waiting on that. But for now, I'm thinking about going to Santa Barbara and majoring in business. I forgot. I think it was business economics I applied under, and I might change that, but I'll have to see once time passes. I don't know. Things change. Life changes. People change.
I'm really excited for college though, because like yesterday I went to this Irvine reception thingy in Milpitas, and it was like so nice. Like I met a lot of alumni and a lot of current students, and like they got me really hyped. So I'm super excited.
Zot.
Wait, is it? It's this, right?
So you I'm like in the middle, and then it's like.
What is this? This is like a lineup llama.
It's the anteater. Wait, let me see. I
Oh,
think I have
wait.
a thing here because my sister's room is full of Irvine
Son.
stuff.
I'm really
I
excited.
don't know.
Irvine is so close to the beach.
I want to go to Irvine so
Connie,
badly. I'm iffy about it because after submitting my SIR to Santa Barbara, I feel like they'll hit me with all this housing info, and when if I get off the waitlist for Irvine, I have to figure out my housing stuff. And
Yeah.
if I can't find a place to live, then I can't just live on the street. I kind of have to find a place. I don't know. It's so hard. College is hard
Wait, you
already.
live with your sister though, right?
Yeah, but then don't you have to dorm your first year or
No,
no?
I don't think at Irvine because my friend is living in an apartment off campus.
Okay, then maybe
Wow.
yeah. I'll live with my sister.
Okay. Dominic Tejum asks, what are you guys' thoughts on scholarships?
Yes, please do them.
Why do we
Need the
need-
money.
I
Free
love
money
school.
is good.
Anyone apply to anything?
Honestly, there are so many scholarships for like so many different like, oh, you're left-handed, here's like $500 or they'll throw money your way for just breathing. So, really try to take advantage of that. I didn't really do it. I have some regrets. I'm gonna be really far in debt.
To be honest, after college apps, I kind of just stopped
Yeah.
doing anything college related. So then I put scholarships off to the side, which I really regret now because I'm trying to cram all these scholarships. But Emily gave me this advice earlier, and she said to apply to the scholarships that have like similar questions to the questions of your personal statement. So you could reuse. Yeah, you could just copy and paste and then submit. So stuff like that. Just find easy scholarships that are similar to your application questions.
And
I
there
read
are a lot
about-
of scholarships that you don't even have to apply to. Like you're automatically considered for them. Like I know, like most of the UCs have regents. So if you're like a really good applicant or whatever, they'll give you money. And they have like scholarships just based on your income, like the middle class scholarship or like the blue and gold scholarship for UC campuses. So just fill out your FAFSA and you'll get considered for a lot of different scholarships.
Yeah, for UOP, I didn't particularly apply to a lot of any like scholarships to there, but they gave me a lot of money, so I was surprised. I think it was like as long as you keep like a certain GPA, then you'll get it every year. So that's a good thing about the scholarship from UOP.
Also, I guess I would say don't underestimate local scholarships because they give out, even though they're not like the big cash where it's like 10,000 or 20,000. They give out like at least 1,000, and those are helpful because you're competing against a smaller pool of people, and it's from your own community, so they might be a little bit more inclined to elect you as a recipient. And like I know searching for scholarships is really tedious because you have to go through each and every one of them, see which ones you qualify for. But there's a lot of like resources online, whether it's College Confidential or even your counselors. There's usually like packets. They just have packets filled with scholarships. And like what I did was I went through and like I highlighted everyone that I thought like I fit the description for, and that's really helpful too.
I think I only applied to like 3 scholarships, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get any of them. But like, I mean, financial aid gives you a lot of money, and like the school itself also gives you some money. So things have a way of working themselves out in the end. Don't worry about college too much. It's only 4 years.
Just like high school.
Don't be overthinking. I remember freshman year like it was yesterday, and we're graduating in like.
I remember
5
freshman year like it was 3 years ago. What was I gonna say about scholarships? Oh yeah. What's it called? I read this thing about a guy who got like a 2400 on his SAT, and he was like, yes, this is like my ace in the hole. So every night after school, he would just go home and like sign up for all these scholarships, and he got like $200,000 out of like, all the scholarship that he got because he had like they were basically all merit-based scholarships because he had a 2400, and he just like did all of them, did all the essays, and he didn't have to pay for anything for 2 years.
Wow.
Crazy. So if that's you, do it. Do the thing. Live the life. Be good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was also gonna say for scholarships, like look at the return on investment. Like if the scholarship has like 3 essays and it's only $500, you might want to reconsider. Look at another scholarship that maybe higher monetarily, but you can maximize like the amount that you get. And also, I think Emily said this, but like a lot of times the college-sponsored ones or the college-specific scholarships are the best ones because they give you like the most money. Obviously, when they accept you, if they want you. They'll offer you their scholarships, and so sometimes that can be better than like scrambling to get like a bunch of small scholarships that you're not even sure if you're gonna get. Yeah, just some advice.
Just be a good student. Don't procrastinate. Like
Me.
Huh.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions?
Someone asked, what criteria are you looking for in a college? Like when you guys are looking for college. I know we talked about this before a little bit, but like, what's your what is it? What are your
Food.
deal breakers? Like
Food.
dating. What are your deal breakers? Oh,
Food.
Same.
If
I'm just kidding.
For me, it was if their music program wasn't like something that I'd really bat an eye towards, I was just like, yep, gone. The other thing about San Jose State is that their music program is, one, pretty good, and two, that they offered a lot of things that could help with getting into education, which is another thing that I really wanted to pursue. I wanted to pursue music education. And so San Jose State had a lot of programs that I was like, wow, you know what, that'd be great. And after 4 years, I can stay there and bother Narvison for like another 2 years. Who's gonna hate me?
Something that's really important to me that I guess I didn't really realize when I was a freshman or a sophomore was that how important the environment on campus is. Because as a freshman and sophomore, you're so concerned with like the prestige of a school or like how if it's a private or like how good it sounds. But realizing how important it is if you actually feel like you belong or fit in there is really what's more. It's really what matters more in the long run. Because this isn't like just your school. It's like your home for the next 4 years. You're gonna be like spending all your time here. First year, you might even be living there. So I know a lot of juniors kind of did this during spring break too, but it's really beneficial to take those college tours, even as like a prospective student, just to get like that feel of like, oh, even though I really liked the idea of this college, when I stepped foot on it, I couldn't see myself going here at all. Or like, oh, I didn't like this college at all, but when I stepped foot on it, the people seemed great, and now I feel like I can actually apply. And there was one more thing. Oh yeah, colleges have like these like kind of like how Independence has like their mission statement. They have a bunch of mission statements, and I think that's kind of what helped me make my choice. Because when I was looking through the colleges, each one of them had their unique mission statements, and then when I picked my college, it matched up with what I wanted to do in life and like the things that I valued. And then I was just like, oh yeah, this school actually believes in what I believe, so maybe I should go here.
Yeah, I agree with Disha with the environmental factor. I think for me, when I was applying to colleges, I was like, I don't see myself living in Santa Cruz, so what's the point of applying there? So that kind of saved a lot of time and money. But then what I put into consideration is how far I'll be away from home, because that's kind of important to me, like being close to home. And that's why I chose to not apply to any out-of-state colleges. And food is also very important because you need to know what they're feeding you, and you need your nutrition. And of course, it's if the college has your major, and I suggest that you kind of look through the reputation of the professors there, because professors are really important. Yeah. So you need to kind of look into it, or you need to think about the reputation that the science professors have there.
Yeah, adding on to what Connie said, definitely look at both the academics and the non-academics. So make sure that it's like good for what you want to do. If you know what you want to major in, then look at it for your major, because obviously depending on what your future goals are, it'll probably like matter what kind of access to and like the resources that you had in your undergrad. And then the second thing is also like outside of academics, what you want to do. So if you're like heavy on sports and that's important to you in a school, then make sure your school has that. If you want to do more like service oriented activities, make sure your school has that. So make sure it like just the school fits you like holistically as a person, and that you're a good fit for the school. Or just as you're a good fit for the school is a good fit for you.
It's really important, I think, to visit the campus before you make your choice, because like like Disha said, the environment like is really important. Like the experience that you get, the feeling when you're on the campus is super, super important. And I would, if you have friends who go to that college currently, I would ask them to give you a tour, because then like you'll be able to see what student life is like where are the best places to eat off campus, because food is really important, and like they'll be able to give you a tour of their dorm and all the classrooms and like other things that you wouldn't be able to see on a typical college dorm or college tour, because like a typical college tour just takes you around the campus and not like into every single aspect of the life there. So yeah, I did that over spring break and I learned a lot, so I would suggest doing that.
A good time to pick, like if you're planning on a college tour, try to pick a holiday, like a school holiday that colleges don't have. Like for example, Columbus Day, colleges don't really have their day off. Spring breaks aren't always in sync. Winter break is usually in sync. Like they start and stop at the same time. I know I went like late January, I think. No, I went on like Martin Luther King Day, I think. Yeah. What else? Cesar Chavez Day. Yeah.
Oh, and
That way, like you'll see people on campus, but like you'll also be able to like roam around and like be like, oh yeah, because they do have like tour guides there every day. Like I took a tour at Stanford, and there were like hella people, like so many bikes.
a lot of decision days and admission days are coming up soon. Like I know UCSD and UCSBs were yesterday, but next week on Saturday is Cal Day, Bruin Day, and Celebrate UCI. So if you guys are free that day, you can like drive up to Berkeley or drive down to UCLA and UCI if you really want to, because I think they're giving tours like all day that day, and you can really get a feel of what the campus is really like and what the clubs are like, the activities. Plus, there's a lot of free stuff on those days, so it's never a bad thing to check it out.
Also, Saturday is Spartan Day. Woo!
Oh yeah, Spartan Day too.
That's prom day.
Yeah, so we can't go, but a lot of you guys are underclassmen, so
Go for us.
yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Get us some free stuff.
Because I think Berkeley's thing is on this Saturday.
Berkeley's
And
is
you know
this.
what this Saturday is.
Yeah.
I don't know, something is this Saturday.
I missed Santa Barbara's yesterday.
Yeah.
No questions?
I got one right now actually. Dominic. Dominic asks, should you stay in the dorms for all 4 years? I don't know how much
No.
of this we can
Funny.
answer.
That would cost a lot of money.
It costs more to stay in a dorm than it would to just
Yeah.
like, get an apartment. And I'm saying that in like, California.
Currently, my friends are paying $4,000 a quarter. So like, a quarter is approximately 3 months. So that's like 1,000. Wait, yeah, that's like 1,000 something a month to stay in a dorm. Versus if you stay off campus in an apartment, it's like $400, $500 a month. So you're saving like $1,000 a month if you stay in an apartment versus staying in a dorm.
Also, something about an apartment is that as you get older, you want to gain that sense of living on your own and being sustaining yourself on your own. Whereas in a dorm, you have your dining hall, you have people cooking food for you. But in an apartment, you actually have that place of like calling having your own place, cooking your own food, doing your own laundry, and like I heard that's the whole reason. When I took a housing tour, that's the reason that colleges kind of encourage people to step out and go into apartments because they want to have them have that sense of independence and have that sense of growing up. And I think dorms are just beneficial like your first year because then you can meet so many new people. When you're living together with so many new people, you can meet those people, create those friendships, and then use those people for like roommates for your apartment later on in the year.
Mm-hmm. Plus, most campuses only guarantee dorming for you for 1 to 2 years. So after that, you either have to sign up really early if you still want to stay on campus, or you have to find your own housing off campus.
Okay. I don't have any at the moment.
You just talk.
Yeah.
You have fun with it. So we're all seniors here. You guys excited for prom?
Oh my god, so stressful, but yeah, excited.
Getting there is so hard and annoying.
It's scary.
It's so expensive. Oh my god, I'm so broke. You guys,
Dude.
I have like 2 quarters in my wallet right now.
You think that prom is supposed to be like the best night of your life, and you go into high school having
It better be. Oh my god.
expectations, but it's like the most stressful thing ever.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, prom's so fun, but then like these past few weeks have just been like, where are we going? What's happening for this? How much is this?
Yeah.
And like worrying about whether or not you're gonna do things on time, like the corsage and boutonniere. Oh my god. And finding a good one and doing your nails if you want to, and finding ways to like keep your nails intact, because I don't know how I'm gonna put my contacts on with nails. So.
Oh my god. Plus, you don't know how you're gonna get there because Santa Cruz is really far.
And the
Uber.
ride back down. Like, that's why I'm not taking the bus. I
don't want to take the bus there, so I was just like, I'm driving there.
Oh.
Around a bunch of teenagers for like an hour. Well, I mean,
I've got a question. This like doesn't pertain to college at all, but Dominic Pedsham asked, "Is prom worth it?"
Okay, I kind of regret buying my ticket because, like, as of right now, I don't want to go anymore. But the ticket is non-refundable, so I'm just gonna go. But I kind of wish I didn't.
Honestly, it's one of those things where you have to just at least get a taste for it. It's a milestone. I mean, sure, it's probably not gonna be some like big, grand, like over-the-top experience, but it is gonna be what you make of it. And I really think that it's one of those things that, you know, you should at least go to one dance. You should definitely try to go to prom. But you know, if functions aren't your thing, then dude, do something else. Have fun. Just spend one night to just have a lot of fun with people you like.
If you're talking,
I bought the tickets for.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I bought my tickets for the lowest price, which was $75. So I guess that's still not as bad as $95 right now. But as of right now, as of right now, I'm kind of just looking forward to it because I feel like prom is what you make of it. And if you're like, oh my god, if you're dreading prom and like, oh my god, it's gonna be not fun, it's gonna be so boring, we only have crepes or whatever. It's like it's your own mentality versus what's actually happening. So just kind of get a feel for it, and if you really don't like it there, then just do something else with your friends. Find an alternate activity.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like the monetary risk of prom, prom is really, really, really expensive. It's not cheap at all. Like, you would think it's just like a dress and your ticket, but there's like so many other small expenses, and they add up. You'll probably be spending like close to $500 total, maybe, for one night. So I don't know.
Well,
we do the math on that.
I wouldn't say 500.
Or at least for
Okay.
guys.
I think if you're a guy, it might be less, but like a girl's dress is really expensive. Plus
Yeah.
shoes and hair and makeup and nails and dinner and pictures, corsage, boutonniere.
Yeah.
Putting
What do
So
you
for a guy,
what are you guys paying
for
for?
us guys, I don't think we had this. So tux is like less than 150, boutonniere and corsage, 30 total, I think. Food is food. Depends on where you go, really. I'm just going to Sushi Rito in Palo Alto. That's it. If you okay. Oh, also, photos do cost a lot of money, but if you have hookups, get hookups.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of ways you can save money. Like there's the whole Princess Protection Program where they give out free dresses. And then like people I've heard that people like if you talk to people that you know, they can do your makeup for you or just have like your cousin or someone do it. And like
Yeah.
same thing with hair. If you really want to like save money, you can save money. But
To
We're
answer a
always-
question that was sent directly to me. Oh, sorry, Arjun.
What?
Oh, I thought. Okay. To answer your question that was sent directly to me. No, Stephen. Well, yes, Stephen. I am getting my eyebrows and hair done.
Yes. Arjun, you too?
Post.
I already did. Like, I got them done. They're right
I
here.
just got mine
I got
done
my hair out.
yesterday.
me too!
Twins.
On fleek.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
I love getting my brows done. I don't know, but I like it. I like it a week after. I like my brows more the week after I get them
Yeah.
done. I don't know why. That's why I did them yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Connie. Question to you. Would you and Aaron, and I guess Jason and Mary, because they're kind of there too. Like, you guys want to go eat somewhere before prom?
Yeah, sure. We're not sure about that, but cause like anything before the photo shoot, I'm gonna be really rushed because I have eye dance till like estimated time would be 12. So then I'll get ready and stuff by I would say 3. And then we're gonna go there to take photos around 4:30, and then I guess we could spend the rest of our time eating. But yeah, we'll go wherever you guys want to go. We're not sure about Jason and Mary yet because they haven't really finalized anything with us, so we're kind of confused, or I'm kind of confused. I don't know if they talked about it yet, but yeah, I'm down to
Okay.
eat. I like food.
Aaron kind of live together. How do they not bring it up?
Wait, what?
Don't Jason and Aaron, kind of live together?
Yeah, but then freaking they didn't talk about prom a lot, which is because I don't know. I'll ask them again. Because yesterday Jason told me, yeah.
Prom's a mess.
Yeah, because we have different people to worry about, and it's so confusing and so messy. I'm just so confused.
Everyone wants to work out and though, like when we're actually there and like all the planning is over with, it'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like the seniors watching this, you should bring really comfortable shoes because there is laser tag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't.
My Skechers. The Skechers are problem. Not even like.
For the girls planning on wearing like 6-inch heels, why?
Be pretty funny.
Why?
Well, unless you're Mark, because Mark can run really fast in heels. It's really funny.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys, I'm so sad they didn't do relay in BOTC because Mark runs like sprints in heels. He doesn't even run; he sprints. Jeez.
Yeah.
They skipped a lot of games at BOTC. They skipped the relay race, Skin the Snake, and the musical balloons game.
We're out of time, essentially. Okay, we've kind of like veered off of the
Sorry, guys.
whole.
It should have started at 5.
What? Oh, you mean the BOTC? Yeah. Okay. Last question before we end this little Q&A. Are you guys worried or scared of what's to come?
More like excited, honestly.
I'm really excited.
Like, for Zaush, she made us do this project where you had to like.
Oh yeah, the living on your own thing.
And honestly, it was just a big
I didn't
hassle.
even do that yet.
But the part that was really fun was, seeing what your schedule for the year would be, and if it's something that you really like, and you see all these classes, you're like, ooh, I could take that and that and that, and oh boy, modern and romantic era music theory history. Oh boy, how fun! Then it's really exciting. and it's another chapter of your life. So it's just like, wow, I wonder what this holds.
Okay, I don't want to sound like a negative person or like a downer or whatever, but like I didn't really like senior year. Like it was kind of disillusioning and it kind of sucked, honestly. So I'm really excited to just get it over with. And summer should be really fun because we have like a 4-month long summer, and then college you get to like start new and make new friends. And like I looked through all the classes that I get to take because of Zelsha's project, like Ryan said, and I'm really, really excited. There's this class called What is Food, and we learn about food and like what immigrants bring to America, and it's so cool. Plus the reception for UCI yesterday made me like super excited about this. I'm really hyped.
I'm kind of worried because I think since I didn't go to Santa Barbara's day yesterday, I'm kind of scared of going blindsided because I've never actually been there. I passed by there, but I've never been on campus. So I'm really worried. But I've been to Irvine a few times, so I'm familiar with Irvine. That's like another reason why I really want to go there. But as for what's gonna come, I'm excited for summer because it's gonna be my first summer without summer classes, so I can actually enjoy my summer.
True.
Yeah.
No internships, no summer classes.
Yeah. But my mom's like, oh no, you should still do an internship, and I was like, for what?
I've been doing internships and like working for the last 4 years, so it's a 4-month summer without any responsibilities this year. So
No
Time
more.
to live it up.
anyone else?
I guess it's definitely going to be a huge change, and like I do get scared sometimes thinking about how I'm not going to be able to come home anymore, or like I think my favorite thing about senior year is just how much we know each other. Like freshman year, we didn't know people. We had our like cliques from middle school and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now, if you see someone from class of 2016, you're just like, oh hey, what's up? And like you can literally be sitting with anyone who's a senior, and you're just like, oh, we know each other. We had history together, or something like that. And then college, you're back to like being that freshman, back to not knowing anyone. But at the same time, I'm excited for that because then, I mean, it's a journey, and I'm excited to, like Ryan said, start a new chapter in your life and learn more about myself.
Yeah, I agree with what everyone else said. It's like it's scary yet exciting at the same time. Scary because you're totally like starting anew, and it's like you hear people say how college is really hard, and it just gets harder from here. So that sounds scary. But then again, people say it's like one of the best times of your life that you're gonna remember. So that's also really exciting. So in a way, it's just like starting anything else new. It might be a little nerve-wracking at first, but I'm sure it'll be like worth it at the end.
Yeah. One of my things my history teacher told me, Narvison, I remember because it was like junior year, and we were coming back from the homecoming rally. We were all hyped. We were all chatting, 2016, and then she was like, I always like seeing you guys talk about just shout out your numbers, but you guys don't realize that like 10 years from now, 2016 will just be a number to you, and you won't really think much about it. So that kind of opened a new like idea for me. Like, yeah, you're right. Senior year was fun, high school was fun, but now we're gonna be chatting 2020, so the whole thing's just gonna start all over again. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm not really that worried. I'm more excited. New hype.
Okay, lightning round question. Someone just sent me, how bad is your senioritis?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, Arjun doesn't think that senioritis is a thing, but
It's such a
Be
thing.
lazy.
What the heck, Arjun? It's a total thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. I've had senioritis since like junior year.
Senioritis since like the end of sophomore year.
okay. Second semester, junior year, like I had A-Push, right? And then I did all of my A-Push study guides for second semester in like a week. So I didn't have any homework the entire second semester. And this year, like we just had an econ project due on Friday, and I'm nowhere near done. So that's how bad my senioritis is.
Do you
Turning
have
in
a
versus doing
econ
stuff.
project?
Hmm?
We have an
Project?
econ
It's
project.
due later for execs.
Yeah, this is
It's due
real.
later for executives.
Oh yeah, it's due on the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, right after this, I think I'm going to cram all my lit lights and DJs, and let's see how it goes. Oh my god, my senioritis,
Your journal.
for my report, for my progress report thing, my my lit teacher, on the notes section, she put, does not work to full potential. That's when you know. That's when you know. Oh my god. It's only for that class, I swear.
Yeah. You guys can look at our attendance records and explain how bad senioritis is.
Hey, we're still good people.
I'll gladly share my attendance record.
Okay, don't listen to okay, Arjun is
Arjun, whatever.
Alright. You're gonna be a senior, be Arjun, because he's like very on top of things.
A great teacher called Mr. Doe said that senioritis is a part of being well-rounded, and it's okay to ditch sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little lenient sometimes because you're being well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're so busy being well-rounded, you don't have time for class.
I mean, okay, honestly, at this point, the only thing that matters is not getting rescinded. So you just gotta work on getting that 3.0, that's all you need. Class, they don't look at your attendance, I'm just saying, so. Class,
you guys, I have a B- in orchestra right now.
I have a B.
Because, okay, it's a funny story, actually, because I'm late, I can't wake up in the morning, and Mr. P is like, mark off points. But
or Zach.
It's okay. I'm having fun. Or Zach. Oh my. Is he watching? I'm sorry.
Zach is just a TA for Mr. P.
For example, I think I might get my first C ever this semester.
Me too. Oh my god. Me too. In lit. Oh my god.
Well, I didn't take a math class.
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, Arjun, thanks.
Yeah. I have like 1B, I think. I have a 101 in physio.
See, this is why if you're gonna be a senior, be Arjun. Arjun's very good.
Arjun or be Ryan and like just take 4 music classes.
Oh yeah, piece of advice. Don't take a lot of APs your senior.
Don't take AP Lit. Don't take AP Lit. Don't take AP Lit. Don't take AP Lit.
Take AP Lit. Do it.
For you juniors who signed up for like 3 or 4 APs, drop them if you still can, because like, okay, me at the end of junior year, I was like, I'm gonna be on top of my game. I'll take a bunch of APs, take all the AP tests, and be like a really good student, get ahead. I'm taking 4 APs, but I'm only taking 2 AP exams because I don't care.
Oh, we should talk about like senior AP classes. Actually, no, we shouldn't because people have already like signed up.
Oh yeah, never mind. That would have been helpful earlier though.
Well,
Don't take AP Lit. Don't take AP Lit. AP Lit is toxic.
Take AP Lit because you'll have a lot of fun. All
you have a 1 in 3 chance of having beard.
All we do in lit is yell out memes. That is all.
AP
watch
Lit movies.
Is not lit.
It is.
It's not.
Just come into Bannock class, 5th period. We're all crying.
Yeah, all of us are literally like it's like a funeral. Oh my god, I'm not.
Because you see, just the other day in late, we were trying to find out how to. We were practicing diction using the word vasectomy, and you had to write about art. It was very. You had to compare art to a vasectomy.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
Baird's class is a funeral too.
Hey, at least you guys are sleeping at a funeral.
Exactly.
We're like, crying.
Everyone's dead.
Oh.
Okay. Well, any other lightning fast questions, Ryan?
1 second. Let me see who messaged me.
I have to go now, guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I think this is a good place to end. Talking about we talked about how we're so qualified and there's all like good things. And now it's
how we're such great seniors.
Yeah, well, here's the
We're
real
qualified
side.
though. Like
We're
solid.
Hey, we meet the minimum standards, and some of us more than that. So
we already got
Yeah.
into college, so it's okay to be a little bit lazy. Just don't be lazy enough where to the point where you get rescinded.
Yeah.
Take this
Mhm.
take this into consideration. Like, if us like stupid, like low key lazy, just all over the place seniors, like if we seem out of place to you now, and just I mean I what if not anything else, we hope like you can at least relate to us, you know, and like don't put any like, oh yeah, that guy has a 4.0, and like don't put him on a pedestal because he's like the same person as you, and you can be that person too, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of you guys like idolize us. You're like, oh wow, these people are really great. I look up to them, but I mean, we're just people too. We're really lazy. We
Yeah.
don't do homework on time. We procrastinate. We don't go to
We're
class
worried, we're
a lot of
scared.
times.
Guilty.
We take 4 music classes, and unfortunately 2 of them are like beginner classes, so you just want to.
You take 4 APs and you regret 50%. No, I'd say you regret 100% of them.
Yeah, so don't be scared about college.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I
Or
say
you
something
can
real
be,
quick?
but
Yeah.
that doesn't make it weird. Yeah.
Okay. So it's April, and you know what that means? iDance. So I'm selling tickets. I'm selling iDance tickets for April 22nd, 23rd, 28th, 29th, and 30th for $8. All of them start at 7:30, except for the April 28th that starts at 3:30 because that's a matinee show. So I recommend you guys all go. It's good for you. You learn.
I'm muting Connie.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I knew. Arjun, stop muting me. Buy
Okay,
tickets for
I
me.
tried to
Buy tickets for
unmute
me.
you, but you
Buy tickets
kept
for me.
unmuting yourself.
Buy iDance tickets for
Okay.
me. I'm very approachable.
Okay, yeah, don't stress out
Careful,
too much
advertise-
about like college admissions and your applications because like we all got through it. You'll get through it eventually.
Okay. With that, I think we'll take our leave.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for
Yay.
Bye
tuning
guys.
in.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you
y'all.
for watching.